Foundation CTC.
This call is being recorded.
Try that again. Hi, welcome to the Node Foundation CTC meeting for March 15th, 2017. As always, let's start with the stand-up. Anna.
Yep, not much. And next is Bradley.
Sure. So I'm just porting our prototype loader to C++ for ES modules right now, and it's going.
Cool. Is Ben here? Doesn't sound like it. Let's move on to Nikita.
Nothing that I wanted to mention here, so let's just move on. Next is Ewan, I think.
I think Colin's here, actually.
I'm here.
Oh, sorry.
Issues and pull requests. Nothing really of note. I guess Evan's probably next. I don't have the list.
Yeah, nothing to note for me. Francisco's next.
Nothing of note. Jeremiah is next.
Nothing of note. My document's still loading.
Okay, so after Jeremiah, it's Tracy.
Hi. Probably the most relevant thing, if we didn't post it already, was that the Code and Learn for San Francisco has been established as April 22nd. So we're going to be looking for mentors for that. And I guess look to the issue for that. That'll be in the Code and Learn repo.
Is that being held with anything else or just on its own?
No, so it's going to be on its own. This one's going to be an experiment in focusing on underrepresented groups. So we're pointing right now to the only people currently who will be able to sign up will be through a registration link that we provide to groups that we're trying to coordinate with. But we'll definitely be looking for mentors in the meantime. But promotion is going to be a little bit different with this one because it's a little more targeted in terms of who would be attending.
Okay.
Next up after Tracy is Feder. I don't think he's here, is he? All right, after Feder, it's James. Is he here? Not seeing that either. And then Josh.
Yeah, so just some diagnostic stuff, general issue triage. Did want to mention there's a diagnostics working group meeting next Thursday. Next is Michael Dawson.
So working with the rest of the team, working on NAPI, there's lots of activity trying to get a bunch of stuff landed in preparation for submitting the PR to core in the next few weeks. I have a few presentations coming up, one that I'm delivering at Devox next week on Node.js, so putting that together, as well as helping to put together decks that are on Node.js that will be presented at Interconnect, the IBM Interconnect conference. And then some things like I started to create the NPM user that we can use to manage our NPM modules for the foundation, and a little bit of investigation on an issue we were seeing on Node Inspect, as well as, I guess, generally meetings and then keeping up to date with things. Next is Julian, if he's here.
I don't think he is, and I don't think Michael Rogers is either, so I think we're going directly to Brian White.
I've been working on optimizations and then more optimizations. Other than that, just the typical reviewing PRs, coming on issues. Next is Miles, I think, maybe. Oh, he's on the list twice. So, just go ahead, Miles.
Okay. So not a ton to report for me. Most of the work was around organizing different things. So I'm organizing a meeting between Node and the TC39 that will be happening in May. I'm going to try to sneak that on the agenda a little bit afterwards, and also helping with planning the collaboration summit coming up in May as part of JSConf. So next up would be Ali.
Yeah, so not a lot to report. There's a small amount of work on making Node Inspect and Node Debug aliases. Next would be Rod.
Rod, if you're talking, there you go. All right.
I think that's me. Spent quality time on Windows reviewing the Visual Studio 2017 patch and testing that in various configurations. Thanks to Joao for putting that together. That should be released today. Fixing Raspberry Pi cluster. Had 3 broken ones and I had to re-provision and replace some memory cards. But that's all up and running. So we've got a full cluster again, properly running. And next is, who's next?
It would be Seth. He's not here. Then Shieki not here. Then Stephen Loomis not here. Michael.
Yes, nothing of note. And then I think it's you, Rich.
Unless Trevor's here. Did he show up? No, I guess not. Yep, it's me. Okay, cool. Yeah, lots and lots of little things, and let's get started with this meeting. So review of the last meeting. Francisco was added by an overwhelming vote. Yay! Welcome. Sorry to have missed that. The symbol key props thing is on the agenda again today because we did not get enough CTC votes registered to come to a conclusion on that. So hopefully we can get a few more people to approve or disapprove or abstain today. That would be awesome, and just get that either declined or accepted and move on. Updating the copyright, that's on the agenda again today too, but I don't know that we're gonna have much to talk about if James isn't here. I guess we'll find out when we get there. And there was the modules EP that Bradley put on, and there was a conversation and then a decision to move it back to GitHub, which is where it is currently. And I see that Miles or someone else just added another item to the agenda about the TC39 plus Node.js Summit /dinner. So we'll get to that. Anything before we move into the agenda proper? I'm having, okay, yes, let's do that. Okay, so symbol key props visible in inspection by default. This is a pull request on the main repo. It's pull request number 9726. And as of this moment, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 votes in favor of it. No, these are CTC votes only, of course. Nobody opposed to it, and 4 folks who have chosen to abstain. Is there anybody here who knows that how they feel about this and would like to register it now and has not yet done so? All right, well, rather than trying to brief people on the issue here and now in the meeting, maybe since I'm the one who put this on the agenda in the first place, unless anybody objects to this approach, I'm just going to start like emailing or IRCing individuals who haven't yet registered an opinion and ask them to please do so. Oh wait,
Sorry, I was just checking to see if I'd actually voted on it or not. I'm in favor of doing this.
Great. Okay. So that means we have, thanks Jeremiah. That means we have 9 votes in favor and 4 abstentions, which I think is enough to pass. Yes. Great. So it's passed. Cool. 5 abstentions now. We got to change the numbers though. It's no, that's right. 9, 5, and 6. Cool. It passed. Okay, great. So next step is somebody, probably me, will land it, and that's that. Anything on this before we move on to the next topic? Okay, cool. The next topic is the updating the copyright. I guess in James's absence, probably Rod is the person who would speak to this. Is there anything that we need to talk about regarding this, Rod?
No, there's look, James was going to land something. I don't know if it has landed, but aside from that, there's no updates. We're still waiting on some information upstream. And there's some additional negotiation going on with the copyright holder. So we'll leave it at that.
Cool. So then, unless anyone objects, I say let's leave this on for next week in case James has something to update. But otherwise, let's move on. Anybody have anything they want to say on this first? Cool. Oh, wait. Did somebody say something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi.
Copyright thing. Is there?
I think you're cutting in and out for me. Is that what's happening for everybody else?
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah, I can't hear what you're saying, Trevor. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think he dropped. Maybe he's going to try and rejoin.
Okay. All right. Well, we can go back to that topic because I have a feeling the next one's going to just be raising awareness anyway, which is TC39 and Node.js Summit. I think this is Miles's. So Miles, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so May's TC39 meeting is going to be taking place in New York, 23rd to 25th of May. There are a handful of us who are going to be attending, but I took the opportunity to book a room and get some catering together at Google so we could have a meet and greet between, this Node.js was originally the CTC, but I'm expanding it to TSC and Foundation Board as well. Between us and the TC39. We can try to put some things on the agenda as well, if we'd like. But I thought it would just be a really great exercise and everyone getting in a room, seeing each other's faces, making some contacts. We have about 8 people registered already, 5 people from TC39 and 3 people from the CTC. Without naming names, I will say that all the attendees from the CTC right now are people who would be already attending the meeting. So I would really like to see some people who normally wouldn't be attending these meetings try to find a way to come out. I don't want to volunteer the foundation's money, but I'm sure that if we ask them, we can maybe find a way to help out with that. But I think it would be really important for us to build better relationships with the TC39, and this would be a great way to do it. One thing I will mention, we have a link on Tito to register for tickets. They are free, but it's just the way in which we can keep track of it. You can find the registration for that in the thread that's on the CTC repo. Does anyone have any questions or concerns or thoughts regarding this? I will take that silence as everyone being incredibly enthusiastic and figuring out how to book this into their schedule. And we'll hand it back over to Rich because it sounds like Trevor's headset is working again.
Cool. Trevor, did you want to talk about the copyright? Actually, before we do that, you already did it with the silence. Trevor, take it away. Copyright. You had comments or questions or something?
Oh, sorry, I was just catching up with it. Is there a plan of what the replacement copyright header should be or will be?
I believe Rod indicated it's under negotiation, but
Okay.
Is that correct, Rod?
By the way, this is James.
Oh, hey.
Stupid time change threw me way off. You were all talking about copyright, right?
Yep. What's
Okay.
the status?
Status of that is that we restored the old header. The new header is still in discussion. Have not heard anything yet. I have it to do, which I'm kind of getting through the last few, wrapping up business at IBM stuff this week. But next week I'm going to try to talk to the foundation folks and see what's going on with that discussion, seeing if it's moving forward. At this point, still in negotiation, but I don't know if anything's being actively pursued. So that's what I need to find out.
I believe there actually are some movements. It's just it's still in the negotiation phase. So it's not that it's been dropped. It's just that it's a little bit sensitive.
Yeah.
Well, from what it sounds, it's like it's out of our court. We're waiting for the others to get back to us about that.
Yeah, that's basically it. In order to change the header, we have to have permission from certain individuals, certain organizations, and we cannot proceed. We can't even really entertain the idea until they say yes. So.
Okay. Anything else about copyright?
I'll be happy when the issue's done and we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Pardon me. All right. Now I guess is a good time for Jeremiah and or whoever else who normally pings in various channels saying it's Q&A time to do that. And in the meantime, here's some upcoming meetings. Let's see here. The next CTC meeting will be at 5 a.m. UTC time on March 22nd, which if you're in the United States and North America rather, well, if you're in, we'll be on March 21st in some parts of the world. We'll just leave it at that. Next TSC meeting is tomorrow at the same time that this meeting happened today, which is 2000 UTC, 8 p.m. UTC.
Actually, next week.
Oh, you're right. I misread that. Thank you for the correction. Not tomorrow, but 1 week from tomorrow will be the next TSC meeting. And the diagnostic working group will meet immediately after the TSC meeting, it looks like, 1 hour after, 2100 UTC. And there is an issue in github.com/nodejs/diagnostics/issues/89.
But I think the diagnostic one is this week, isn't it?
Man, well, we gotta.
No,
So it's
no,
not-
I don't
it's
think
not
so.
after- What was that?
I think it's next week.
Oh, you think it's
scheduled it.
next week? Okay,
That's
so
what I
maybe
meant to schedule.
maybe I'm
Double check
confused.
now.
Okay,
The
sorry.
issue,
Never mind.
Next
the issue says next week. It says next week. And then the build working group is happening 5 days after that. I don't even know what day of the week that is. That must be a Monday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a Monday. The last Monday of this month at 2 a.m. UTC. That's
That's what it says.
That's what it says. Okay, I'm used to the build working group being whatever. Okay, I'm not going to question it. Okay. Hey, if anybody knows better, maybe update our Google.
Yeah, I don't. That sounds. The build one sounds off.
Yeah, I
it
think
shows
it's-
me 5. It shows as 5 p.m. Eastern for me. Or actually, that's the LTS one. What's the build one?
Okay, this is a shambles.
We can
Let's
figure it
just-
out. We don't have to know.
It definitely was never that anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Just blame the time change. Blame the time change. On
Yeah, yeah.
Blame all the chaos.
You know what? We'll try to fix up the minutes doc, and maybe someone can get it out of that. So hey, great. Are there any questions from on the public channels?
4 people say hello from various parts of the world.
Hello, various parts of the world.
Someone asked which country is it, which I think was referring to where the TC39 meeting was. I already answered that. That's in New York, USA. And then someone else asked some more generic code help problems, which I directed to Node.js/help. Nothing else yet. At least on,
Waiting for more questions. I do apologize for being late, but there were 2 items I wanted to just kind of raise for consideration. There is a proposal for the buffer API buffer constructor that's being discussed. I have a open PR. Folks can just go take a look. I'll drop a link into the notes. And the other thing is William raised an issue up on the community committee about automation of some of the administrative tasks within the organization. The bot would need to have owner rights. I know myself and Shocker just kind of both, and I think Ben have raised some concerns over the potential risks of that, like giving that the bot owner permissions. It'd be really great if everyone can kind of pop over there and take a look at what William's done and provide some input, whether you think it's a good idea or what, to have that kind of automation. It really helped the conversation.
If you haven't done so already, and you very well may have, it would be great if you could add the CTC review label to that so that it shows up in the agenda. Not in the agenda, but in the CTC meeting issues. Have there been any other questions on public channels?
Someone asked, what's your favorite color? To which I'm going to respond, Node.js green.
All right. Well, it's good to know that Q&A is okay. Well, anyway, yeah. I think I'm going to propose that we wrap up this meeting and move to the private portion, unless someone has additional things to talk about.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and let's do it again in approximately, but not exactly, because we rotate through different meeting times, 1 week. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Wow.